Hi, Creative Writing. I want to emphasize to you this week in my weekly video the importance of drafting and getting feedback. We've done two activities now where I asked you to write a first draft and then apply feedback to a final draft. We did that with the bio poem and with the rhyming poem. And so with the bio poem, I asked you to turn in a draft. And then I left you feedback, and then you were supposed to apply that feedback before turning in your final draft that was the PowerPoint slide with the pictures on it. The ones that I've received are so cute, and I'm really excited about the pictures that you have on there. But a couple of you went ahead and just did both assignments at the same time, meaning that you put your rough draft on your slide. And that defeats the purpose of having a rough draft and a final draft. You have to wait until you get your feedback on the first draft before you can even complete your final draft. So please go back in and make sure that you applied the feedback that I gave you on your first draft to the final draft. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to have corrected the little mistakes or to have added information or changed information on your first draft when you publish it on the final. And that is also true of the rhyming poems. I have given you feedback if you've already turned those in. Several of you have not yet turned in your rhyming poems. And so tomorrow we're going to be working on tomorrow being Tuesday, September the 8th, we're going to be working on the final drafts of the rhyming poems. If you haven't turned in a first draft, you cannot turn in a final draft. And the way I do those for grades is I put the first draft in as either a homework or a classwork. And then the final draft goes up a level. So if I put it in as a classwork, it goes in as a test grade for the final. If I put it in as a homework grade for the draft, then I put it in as a classwork grade for the final. So it has a larger impact on your average. So just make sure that you go back and check those things. The second thing I want to mention here in my weekly video is that we have a vocab quiz coming up on Thursday. It is our first vocabulary quiz, and so you need to make sure that you are prepared for it in a couple of ways. First, we do our vocab quizzes on vocab.com. So if you have not yet joined my vocab.com class, and those directions are located back when I first assigned the sensory vocab, then you need to go back and make sure that you are signed up for the class, because that is where the test will post, and you won't have access to the test unless you are on the vocab.com class. Also, make sure you're up to date on your vocab activities. We have done a vocab chart and a vocab worksheet. We've used the vocabulary in a couple of journaling assignments and gone over those in class for those of you in class. And that is to give you practice with the vocabulary words before you take the test. Also, make sure you are using vocab.com to practice. Since the test is on vocab.com, you might even encounter some of the exact same questions that are on the test during the practice. So it's a very useful tool for you. All right, so those are our main things that are going on this week. We're going to be introducing a new longer form poem on Thursday, so keep an eye out for that coming up. And just let me know through Remind or email if you have any questions. Thank you.